Hey, what's up, everybody? Joe Steele here with Crypto in the House. This is a show about cryptocurrency news and real estate news. So I try to bring you the top stories every day in what I think are the most pertinent stories in each industry, and sometimes they overlap. So today we're going to cover Coinbase and what happens with the ETH merge. We're going to talk about Grayscale and what's going on with potential securities they're admitting they might have offers or offerings in. And we're going to end that with some real estate updates, including an adjustable rate mortgage loan and whether that might be something you want to talk to your accountant about. So, diving right in, first story we have on is Coinbase. As I mentioned, as the ETH merge, proof of stake, proof of work, merging to proof of stake, we are seeing mid-September is the targeted date. They put out a couple of tweets here, Coinbase, a few days ago. Of course, they're fully supporting the upgraded ETH proof of stake chain. But their goal is to list every asset that is legal and safe to list. We will evaluate any ETH fork tokens following the merge on a case-by-case basis in alignment with our standard asset listing policy. But rest assured, all potential fork tokens of ETH, including proof of work, will go through the same strict listing review process that is done for any other asset listed on our exchange. So if you were curious about Coinbase's standpoint, and there you have it. So from there, Cointelegraph put out a pretty cool article today about why crypto billionaires are rising every year. And I know that sounds hard to probably understand or to fathom right now with 20K ETH or 20K Bitcoin. But I will link these stories in the bottom, of course. But basically, they're saying the adoption of crypto market is increasing, more money is flowing in, wealth potential people invest in cryptos, leading to the rise of billionaires. Many people are starting investing in crypto because of the success stories they can find all over the internet. Bitcoin worth tens and hundreds of dollars, and basically holding on to these things for a long time. It's feasible to become a crypto whale by trading well, building a business, investing well, or already having a decent fortune, so that being significantly active in the crypto market with large corporations is possible. The crypto market is growing every day, and there are many opportunities for investors and whales to grow their assets and to become billionaires. So basically, because it's volatile, it brings inevitable risks, and money, despite this, is finding its way into new crypto companies and relatively young dApps and these dApps that are focusing on Web3. And we will all see where Web3 goes in the future. So I thought that was pretty cool, worth sharing. From here, we're going to talk about an article from CoinDesk, which is about the Grayscale potential ETF. What they're saying now is kind of interesting. They're sort of alluding to that some of the tokens they're holding might be currently a security in the facts, as based on the facts as they exist today. So they filed this a couple weeks ago, but no one really caught on to it till recently. Basically, they're saying, like, Coinbase or CoinDesk is saying, like, Grayscale pitches crypto trust and traditional investors a way to invest in crypto alongside stocks and bonds, right? The digital currency group holds billions of dollars worth of assets, most popular Bitcoin and ETH. But they're saying that some of the tokens, ZEC, ZEN, XLM, combine only $40 million of that 18 billion AUM. However, they're saying that the Grayscale holds a $60 billion, in assets last November's market peak before it came down. But they're saying that these three might be considered securities as to what the SEC is deeming to be a security. So we'll see what kind of effect this has on anything. Obviously, the ETF, the spot ETF, is taking a long time as it stands. But if you were into Grayscale, maybe you were buying some shares, here you have some updates there, and we will continue to monitor that. Here's an op-ed in Bitcoin Magazine today. Basically, Bitcoin is a freedom from fiat systems walled garden. I thought it was a pretty cool read. I'll link this story into the description below. Basically saying, like, the Bitcoin, kind of protects you because the fiat standard is a walled garden, by force. Basically, people on the other side keeping people out. It's kind of a story. It's not a long op-ed, but it's definitely worth reading because I feel like that this author puts in some good points in his op-ed, and basically just about the benefit of Bitcoin and how that can be a safe haven from fiat. So I will link that below. Moving on to some real estate. Redfin has this update here. The housing market update, more sellers retreat amid falling prices, volatile mortgage rates. New listings of homes for sale fell 15% in the 4 weeks ending August 21st, the biggest annual decline since March 2020. Fewer sellers and buyers in the market due to the rising mortgage rates and obviously this aforementioned economic uncertainty. As a result, the supply fell 0.6% from the previous month, 4-week period. Slight decline, second time the total supply dropped from a prior 4-week period since February Q1 of 2022. So homeowners putting their homes up for sale is slowly coming down, but partially a reaction to these the reduced demand and falling prices. So what Redfin determines as a leading indicators of home buying activity, basically 30-year mortgage rates rose up to 5.5%. Fewer people searched homes for sale on Google. Touring activity was down. Measure of requests for home tours was down, as well as mortgage purchase applications. I covered a couple of days ago that a lot of small lenders are actually going out of business as a result of the lack of interest in taking on these 5.5% fixed year rates. Conventional rates. I'm going to talk to you now about. Here's a handy chart so you can kind of just see, basically the median sales price 6% year over year. Again, according to Redfin. But what I wanted to finally, end this with was an adjustable rate mortgage. Now, this is something you should totally talk to a lender about. You should talk to your accountant about. You should read all you can about this. But a lot of people, what they're doing is they're taking these ARMs, these adjustable rate mortgages. It's basically a home loan with an interest rate that changes, it fluctuates. Where it's not a fixed rate where you lock in 5.5 now, you're going to have 5.5 for 30 years or whatever your term is. The adjustable rate mortgage is fixed for a set number of years, but they can offer lower rates. Like you might see 3.75 or 3.8, whatever it might be. Now, you compare that to a 5.5 that's fixed. Some people say, well, you know what? I'll take the lower ARM now. Maybe this ARM goes 3, 5, 7, 10 years. You might take it for 5 years and you say, all right, well, look, after that 5 years, I can say I'm going to refinance down to, maybe the 30-year fix is back to 3.5 or whatever it might be, right? So you figure you get in now with the interest rates that are quote unquote low through the ARM, but you refinance later because you can't go back and buy the house likely for the price it was today. All right. So this is a kind of a handy chart of like the person who takes the fixed rate and the person who takes the ARM and shows that over 30 years. Whereas you can see the yellow for the ARM, they're paying a lot less in that beginning, but as time goes on, they're paying a lot more, right? So typically you want to get in and out of them if you can with a refinance. This is not, again, not financial advice, but I wanted to leave you with that story because I do see a lot of buyers out there opting for these so they can get into the house now and worry about the mortgage rate later, but ride the low fixed rate, the low, adjustable rate in the beginning for a while. So with that, please like this video. Please consider subscribing to my channel. I do crypto and real estate every day. The most important stories I feel are worth sharing with you live stream. And if you have any comments below, please throw them in. Hit me up. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on, all over the web like everyone else. So please consider subscribing to this channel. And I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday. And I will see you all tomorrow.